I'm finally making this video.
Let's go, Ethan! Let's go! Let's go! Sub 350! Sub 350!
Honestly, I'm about to start something really, really big. I'm 46 years old. I'm about to dedicate the next 12 months of my life to reaching one goal: qualifying for the Boston Marathon. I've wanted to run the Boston Marathon for decades, but I knew that it was going to take a ton of time, energy, effort, and time just away from my family. And so I wanted to wait until my kids were a little bit older. Now that they're older, they have a lot of their own life where me being away isn't as impacting on their life as it was when they were little. Today is the day that Grandma's Marathon in Duluth, Minnesota is being ran. And that's a big deal because that is the exact race that I plan to run in 12 months to Boston qualify, which means that I'm chasing Boston for the next 12 months. But before we dive into that, let's go back to the beginning. You see, Christmas 2009, I told my dad that if he bought me some running shoes, that I would then run a marathon. After laughing for a little bit, he ended up buying me those shoes. And that year, I ended up running 2 half marathons, an Olympic triathlon, and setting the course towards what is today. You see, I grew up playing lots of sports: football, water polo, soccer, you name it, I probably played it. But for many, many years, I had not done anything athletic. So that became a huge shock when I told my dad I was gonna run a marathon. On January 1st, 2010, after eating a large pizza, I went out for my first mile run in years.
All right, so I just ran just over 2 miles, and did I mention before that I hate running? I don't know what the purpose of running is, but I just did 2 miles. Let me just tell you a little bit about my 2 miles. About halfway through the first mile, I got really excited because there was a street light and I could stop for a minute and wait for it to turn green again. I got real excited about that. And then when I made it to the first mile, I was hurting. My chest was tight. My legs were hurting. I had to walk for a little while. When I got to the 2 miles just before, I felt like I had just ran a marathon. My legs were hurting, short. My breath was just like nothing. Even right now, I'm still just feeling real tight. Little advice, before you go run, don't eat half of a large Papa John's pizza with lots of the garlic cheese sauce, and then take a nap while you watch the bowl games. Don't do that before your very first run in 16 years.
That year, I did 2 half marathons and an Olympic triathlon. But shortly after, life happened. We ended up moving from California to Oklahoma and continuing to expand our family, which left me not running for a few years. Fueled by Taco Bell and Subway, in 2023, I ran my first full marathon here at the Oklahoma City Marathon. I finished with a time of 4 hours and 26 minutes, which I was pretty proud of, but I knew that there was a long journey ahead. After that marathon, there was multiple years of very inconsistent training. I would train for a few months for a marathon and then not run at all for many, many months. And then I would train for a few months to get ready for another half marathon or marathon. I was very, very inconsistent for very many years. And my Saturday long runs were not good. I would often come home late from those runs because I slept in. I'd come home hurt, tired, often wanting to sleep the entire day, and I knew this was not good for our family. I knew that I needed to wait until my 40s because my time away wouldn't impact my kids as much as it was. So now's the time. I've matured as a runner, my kids are getting older, I'm a part of a great running community that believes in me. I've got coaches who've put together a great plan for me to follow, and so now's the time for me to go all in over the next 12 months. But you see, the Boston Marathon is unlike any other marathon. It's one of the most historic, most prestigious, and one of the hardest marathons to get into. You see, you don't just sign up for the Boston Marathon. You have to qualify and earn your place in. And so many people, even if they qualify with their qualifying time, they still don't get picked in the lottery. It's that hard to get into this race. So for my age group, I need to hit a 3 hour and 15 minute marathon, but historically, people need to be about 5 minutes below that time. So I'm planning on running a 3 hour and 10 minute marathon. So you might be asking, how did Boston become a reality? You see, Boston's always felt like a dream that was slipping away, but I've been able to make some significant improvement in my running over the last few months, going back-to-back PRs. First in New York, going sub 4 for the first time, and then in January of 2025, hitting the 3 hour and 46 minute mark as my PR in Houston. That gave me real big confidence to know that I can shave off time and that I can get even more time shaved off to get ready to qualify for Boston. I had just shaved off 30 minutes in the last few months. Why not just go ahead and shave off another 30? So it gave me a lot of courage to go for it. So to get all this ready to go, I met with my coach and we talked through a plan for the next 12 months. So there will be 3 key races. The first will be Dallas Half Marathon.
Dallas is just a run that you're going to go and just hit it hard.
Okay.
And I mean, you may PR that half marathon. I mean, that is a training run. We will not taper for it. We will not prepare for it, but that's going to just be an intense workout for you. Okay. That's going to give you that race experience. It's going to give you like the jitters beforehand because you've got a big goal ahead of you. So I think it's going to help you just in terms of lining up, wanting to do something you've never done before.
Then in January, I'll run the Houston Marathon again.
I don't want you wondering going into the race if you can hit the paces. If you are wondering, I have failed you. You should know 8 minutes. I can run 8 minutes all day long. I mean, that is my goal for both of you for that Houston Marathon. Is 8:01 is not a wonder. It's a no. Like, I know I could do this race at 8 minutes a pace, at 8 minutes a mile. My wondering now is, can I go a little faster? Like, and I wouldn't test that until the last 10K, but that can I? I mean, I want to settle into that race pace, be comfortable there, knowing that I can hold it. And so whenever I build this plan for you guys, you're gonna have a lot more long runs that have you holding that pace. Because I don't want you wondering, can I do it? Can I? You know you can do it.
And then the key race, which will be Grandma's, which will be our race for Boston qualification. So my coach broke down 4 phases of this training. So phase 1 is going to be post-recovery and rebuild, which we've been doing. We're at the very tail end. That was May through June 2025. Really working on aerobic base. Mileage has been about 20 to about 25 miles a week. Some of the key workouts has mainly been track workouts on Tuesday, doing some like 800s with long, consistent zone 2 running. So phase 2 is the Houston Marathon buildup, which our target is a 3:30 finish. And so the mileage there is going to be about 40 to 55 miles per week. Some of the key workouts will be tempo intervals, which will be 3 at 2 miles each, about 7:15 minute pace, with long runs of 8 to 10 miles at marathon pace. building on that aerobic base as well. We will be doing a couple smaller races in between, but the main focus there will be the Dallas Half Marathon and running that at marathon pace. Phase 3 is going to be speed and threshold focus, which will be January to March 2025. And that's going to be about 40 to 55 miles per week. Some of the key workouts there are going to be shorter intervals, 400s to 800s, some lactic threshold runs of 20 to 30 minutes at about 6:55 pace with hill sprints built in as well. The goal here is to really push that ceiling of what we can handle between now and grandmas. And then finally, phase 4 is the marathon peak training for grandmas. And the goal there is going to be a 3:10 finish. The goal here is to hit about 50 to 65 miles per week. Some of the key workouts will be marathon pace runs at about 7:15, 7:30. And then long runs of 10 to 14 miles at marathon pace. So this isn't all about just a race, but it's really about fulfilling a dream. It's about fulfilling a commitment. It's about showing my family, my friends, my community that we can continue to dream big, accomplish big goals, and go after some big achievements, even in our 40s. So here I am, over the next 12 months, I'm chasing Boston. Join the journey.